We need to get into JK talking about bragging and potentially getting in trouble for that. We also have people talking about a female idol flashing a picture on her phone and people really freaking out about that. And then we also have J-Hope talking about his dating status, allegedly. Say Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Let's get into it. People were freaking out because I believe J-Hope was seen through some paparazzi photos of him wearing a very interesting shirt. I believe he was walking to the airport and some people took his picture and his shirt said the word single on it, but in like Google colors. This was when he was in Korea for his Korea leg of the tour, and it seemed like at that same day or just maybe like an hour later when he was in the car, he made a live stream talking about his shirt. And he mentioned that when he was in America, he had done some shopping and he brought along this shirt that he thought was really funny and cute. He stresses that he bought it because he thought it was funny and then really doesn't get into the meaning of what the shirt or what the particular reason he would have for wearing something like this. Now don't get me wrong, no one really has to have a particular reason for wearing any particular type of clothes, but when you're being photographed at the airport and you know that you're going to be photographed at the airport, then what you're wearing becomes really important, and it can often be taken the wrong way if it's something much worse than this. Not that this is bad at all. And it's clear that these things have to go into consideration, because if you were to wear something that maybe makes a reference to a lot of the political stuff that's happening in the world, like maybe the ongoing wars and that sort of stuff, then he would get in big trouble, right? So while he can mostly wear what he wants to wear, he can't wear everything. There's various theories of if this is his next song title, if single is referring to the fact that he has gone solo, or if it's referring to the fact that he is single relationship-wise. And as you can see, things with words on it definitely have to be more carefully considered. So with that said, what is the message behind this shirt, and what is the message he is potentially trying to tell us? Well, a good way to figure that out is to figure out what the story of this shirt is and what it means and why it was made and what the designer was thinking when they made it. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't find that information. However, a lot of people think that it's a tongue-in-cheek joke. So the shirt is in the Google font, and that on its own makes a really eye-catching kind of maybe social or pop culture kind of reference. Other people believe that it's a reference saying that people often Google the relationship status of someone, and you definitely do that for a specific celebrity. So could this be what he's saying? Could he be trying to debunk the rumors of him being in a relationship with several different people that he's always rumored to be in a relationship with, because people Google it? Or is this genuinely just a shirt that he thought was cute and he wore it and he did not know the meaning of? It's very interesting because for things like this, you never really know what the answer is, and these celebrities themselves are never really going to come out and address the rumors dead on. The reason why is because the dating rumors kind of help them to some degree. When people think that he's dating a specific idol, they tend to be more invested in everything that he does. So while a celebrity might really want to address and deny a dating rumor, they might opt against it because it's good marketing. Mind you, not marketing that J-Hope or the other celebrity that is shipped with him has pushed themselves, but just something that the community has made up. So why deny it? And people in the community can argue two different ways. They can argue and say that he has no idea what the shirt means, he just thought it was cute, or they can argue that he does know what it means and this was his commentary on it. And of course, I'll leave the opinions up to you on what you believe this actually means. There was also a thing resurfacing of JK, and I think this was resurfacing just because people miss him so much. But a lot of people were talking about this moment in which he had posted on social media saying that since he can't brag about himself, he will post and brag about his baby. This post was made about a year ago exactly, and people have been bringing it up because they were saying that he hasn't really been active on his Instagram account. This was interesting because it made me really think about what bragging is to a celebrity or to someone who is very successful. They definitely can't brag or openly talk about a lot of stuff that they're doing, or talk about money, or talk about success, or any of that stuff, because they know that the majority of people can't relate to this, nor does the majority of people make as much money as they do. And of course, there are people who are starving and not really doing well financially, so they don't want to shove it in those faces that the celebrity is actually doing really well and everyone else is not. And of course, it's no fault of the celebrity that they're doing well and other people are homeless or struggling. But of course, it's not very classy to boast about success to them. However, it made me really consider what is bragging and what is just the truth. For example, is it bragging for celebrities to say that they can't leave the house because they're going to be ever-loving fans that will flock to them? Or them admitting that they might be slightly out of touch because they don't take the same planes that we do, or they take private limousines everywhere? The answer is yes. people will get upset about that. But the truth of the matter is this is just their life. And this is not really bragging to them. This is just what they do. This is also just what a lot of their friends do, and why a lot of celebrities have a really difficult time complaining or venting their struggles online, because a lot of people will leave comments saying, hey, thank you for your complaints, but we're over here at District 12 trying to survive. But I hope we get to the point where we're not all struggling so much and we're all doing a little bit better, and that we're okay with the idea of other celebrities doing better. Because I see half and half. I see people getting really excited to see a celebrity brag about their own life and show off their mansion and do all of that stuff and wanting to see that. And I want to see that because I want to live vicariously through that celebrity. So I'm on that half. But then there's the other half of the community that is upset because they're like, well, I'm not living like that. I don't want to see it. But just because you don't want to see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. And I think that that is something that's really strange, is that these people are okay with just the fact that it is happening. They just don't want to know about it. Whereas I would rather know what's actually happening in the world. So some people think that JK would be in trouble for bragging or whatever. And the fact of the matter is he probably would be. But that's neither here nor there. And that's whatever he chooses to do in the future. He can choose to brag or not. But JK was also in the conversation recently because Lisa decided to do something that wasn't really related to him. So of course, Lisa and a lot of the BLACKPINK girls were at Coachella. And of course, Coachella is really great because a lot of the celebrities won't always have security on them. I mean, is VIP areas and a lot of them do have security, but it almost feels like the celebrities are more accessible to the general public, which is really nice because they watch the shows too. And the celebrities themselves can feel a sense of normalcy to connect with people in a way where a lot of other people can connect with other people. Someone was recording Lisa, who apparently was standing literally a foot away from them, and they recorded Lisa taking out her phone, and they noticed that there was someone on her lock screen. And what do you know? A lot of people in the community basically were saying that it's Frederick, who is the son of the owner of LVMH. This of course means that this person is really wealthy and very well off, and they're a son of a billionaire, right? So Lisa's never really gonna run out of money at this point, if they stay together. But that's neither here nor there. I can't really tell who is on the lock screen because it really doesn't look like a person, so it's really blurry to me. People have just made the assumption that it's Frederick, but it could literally be Lisa herself, just appearing like a boy, you know what I mean? And she just thinks that it's a funny picture, so she put it on a lock screen. So I'm not going to feed into whether or not they're actually dating or if that's actually a picture of him. However, some people online were bringing up JK in this situation because they were talking about Lisa and the JK shipping rumors. Apparently people were saying even after they believe this is Frederick, the community is still talking about Lisa and JK dating each other, even though if obviously Lisa was dating Frederick, then she would be taken. Of course, the community can deny the dating rumors between Lisa and Frederick, and they can use that as a way to feed into their own fantasy that they want to have. And some people even believe that this is confirmation that JK and Lisa are in a relationship together because they believe that maybe the picture is him or that she isn't taken. I don't really know exactly what their logic is. But people will make up their logic and say whatever they want to say to insinuate whatever they want to insinuate. Crazy times that the reality that we live in is not the reality that other people live in mentally. And I'm not saying that for sure Lisa is dating Frederick, and I'm not saying for sure Lisa is dating JK, but I'm saying we don't know any of this, and at this point we're speculating. But speculation is okay. What I think is not okay is to live in a fantasy and then get really upset when that fantasy is broken or just isn't true, or if someone just disagrees with that fantasy. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thank you. Just leave a comment right here. Love you. Bye.